Howdy ho, guys. It's been a while. I bet you guys can't guess where we are, but you do know where we are. Oh, I actually was not planning on recording today. We are at the Dutchtown Bridge. Surprise, surprise, right? Like I said, I wasn't actually planning on recording today, but here, let me turn you around. There we go. But the water is actually lower than it's ever been before. And there's like rocks going across there. So hey, it'll probably end up being more entertaining. It'll definitely be a little more work than it usually is. So yeah, I figured maybe I will record. Man, I know it doesn't look like it, but that's a long ways down there, guys. All right, let's start doing this. It's a wobbly one. We done it. You run away from me, get back here. Good enough. Easy to get on, easy to get off. Keeper. I got paddles backwards. All right. I think we done it. I'm gonna run up there and make sure I didn't leave anything. Last time a guy came by in his boat. I have a hard time believing there's gonna be able to be a guy getting by in his boat this time, but. All right, looks like that's all of it. Now, to get into the kayak. Now, let's see if I can get in here without having a bad time with this soda bottle. All right. Man, I feel like I'm forgetting something. That's not how professionals get into their boats, but see no holes, so I guess that's good enough for me. Now, let's see if we can get down here without hitting as few amount of rocks as possible. Try to not hit very many rocks. I feel like down here we're probably going to scrape bottom either way. The bottom of my kayak is getting so flimsy. Hoping I don't bust a hole in it. not the way I wanted to do that. Maybe this button? There we go. That's the one that I wanted. Oh, there's a rock right there. Don't eat that rock. Oh, man. Look at all them shad jumping. All right. Well, we got down it without hitting anything. This is the first time I've ever actually seen the water moving in the direction that it's supposed to be going, or at least like semi-low. Anytime I put in here, I'm paddling against the current. And I feel like I'm drifting to the left even more than usual. All right, well, here we go. I guess I'll pull you guys back if anything exciting happens. Oh, no, no, no. No, no more. Oh, man, you guys just missed it. It was raining fish. Stop. I got fish slime, like, in my mouth. There's literally fish bouncing off of me. That's the first time I've ever had fish literally bouncing off of me. I was literally up, ducked down in my dang kayak. I had them flying on left and right and jumping over the dang kayak and landing on the other side of the kayak. I've had some... Quack. Oh, man. That's the most amount of carp I've ever had jump at me at one time. That's... Quick. Alright, I'm gonna shut up and try to get out of here. Hopefully that won't be as bad once we get a little further down. Do you all see that? Look at that. I know you hear it. Of course, now they're not gonna jump no more. Man, y'all put in at low water, be careful here. I wish I would have had that on video. At the same time, I'm glad it didn't knock my camera out. I guess I need to huddle over the camera next time they start flying. Protect the camera with my life. Alright. Try this again. Man, I literally just got started too. Turned the camera off and took like 3 paddles. And then I just stopped. And I wasn't even paddling, I was just drifting. And then one of them started, and then from there it was just anarchy. Guess I'll try to stay close to the shallow waters, that way they can't launch as high. Alright, like I said, attempt number 2. I think this is the fastest that the water's ever been running when I paddled Hubble Creek. Woo, look at us go. We are making some time. Get out of my way. Sorry guys, I know it's been a while since I posted anything. It pretty much stays wet and muddy around here for like 2 months of the year. So it's already hard to get my kayak up and down these banks, and whenever the banks are like 5 inches of mud, that's a lot of work. And then it starts getting darker and I start having to work with less time. But yeah, it's been cold and wet and rainy. And on top of that, my aunt passed away while I was editing the last video that's out right now. Well, actually, you'll probably see the TP video before you see this one. But me and her had a lot of common interests. She had actually just got a kayak, and me and her had talked about kayaking together. Maybe one of these days up in heaven, huh? But, like I said, I've got a TP review video coming out. And then I'm hoping, it's starting to warm back up right now. We're hitting the 60s and 70s. We're still dipping back into the 30s, and it's still raining and staying muddy a lot. But yeah, I was hoping to have already been out on the channel. I was hoping to have already been out paddling in general. I was also hoping my first trip was going to be at the block hole. I usually have a spring trip that I go on. I guess this is going to be this is the first time I put in this year though. So this is the first paddling trip from 2020 or of 2025. Started with a hailing fish. All right, I'll quit jabbering now. Man, it's hard to not want to get out. All right. Oh man. Deer tracks. Well, you can't even see them, but deer tracks. Either way, maybe you can see them or not. Go ahead and anchor this guy. Just stretch it out as tight as it'll go. All right, I'll stay there for just a second. Yeah. Should have stayed on the other side. Oh man, my legs already feel like jello. I guess from carrying that kayak. Well then, here's a deer stand. I'll be back here but for a second. And I ain't messing with nothing. Oh, what we got here? A beaver dam, 2 beaver dams. One. Looks like it's got a run going there. Right there's a second one. Right there's the first one. Well, there's that second beaver dam. And then I guess there's like a... Look, that's almost as wide as the channel. That might be as wide as the channel. I don't know why they felt like they needed to dam this up. And there's already a bunch of deep water. Some semi-fresh time. Those wood chips are a little bit old. All right, well, back to the kayak. Man, that morning dove has a lot to say. Onward. Ooh, that was scary. I think I just was holding the paddle funny. Felt like I hit one of them carps for a second. Something kept splashing over here in the shallows, right next to me while I was fishing a second ago. Makes me wonder if that was one of them, or if it's just a turtle who keeps trying to get out at the same spot and then keeps seeing me. Oh well. Alright, let's see what we got to look forward to. From Google Maps, it looks like when the water gets super low, like the mouth of this dries up. So hopefully I won't be dragging my kayak. Let's see if we can see. Looks like more water. It's a good sign. Alright, well, I'm gonna bring you back around the next curve, I guess, or the next bend. I wonder if that was that turtle. There's a big soft-shell turtle that came up like literally at the tip of my kayak. It came up and looked. It was so close that, well, I didn't have the camera recording, but he wasn't even, I had the camera up, but it wasn't recording. And he was so close to the tip of the kayak that you couldn't even see him. You could see him when he went underneath the water. You can see the ripples from that. But stickfish. If that was like quicksand that washed out. Bunch of mussel shells. Oh man, that reminds me, that's something I want to do this year. I want to make my way back to upstream of Whitewater Creek, the land of ginormous mussel shells. Mussel shells as big as your hand. I want to see what kind of shells we got. I'm not really a big shell guy, but oh, look, there's already a piece of glass. That's sad. I wonder if that over there is maybe like where a spring is coming up. It don't feel super cold. I mean, all the water feels cold. It's March, but there's a big something. I don't know if you can see that, but I'll grab that from my kid. Here's a little bitty mussel shell. It'd be nice to learn how to identify these. That way I can I don't got teeth really, so I don't know how well I could actually eat them. But I tried to go about doing that a couple years ago on a Facebook group. I posted on there though, and everybody got all mad. Started telling me that if I don't know what I'm doing, not to mess with them. And I wasn't messing with them. I'd never even held a live mussel shell. I was just asking information. And anyways, apparently that's not something to ask about. But I mean, they do have a legal season. I just know that was right in the face. I just know they're not the easiest to identify. I know a fairly decent amount of plants. I think I've got it wrote down somewhere, like off the top of my head that I could think of. I had like at least 40 something plants around here that I know. I'm not like a plant expert or anything, but I like to think that I know enough that if something was to ever happen, I would be one of the people who wouldn't be dying of scurvy. I know enough people who hunt and who trap that I figured the most common sense thing to do would be to learn the thing that I don't know, a lot of people who know. Anyways, make our way down to the channel. Alright, let's see what we got around this bend. Everybody, hold on to your butt. I don't think we're gonna, no, I'm not gonna say it till I get around the corner. And I'll say it. Yeah, I feel confident from here. I don't think we're gonna run out of water. It makes me wonder how low the water's gotta be in order for this to be dried up, because I think this is all dried up on Google Maps from whichever map I was looking at. Alright, anyways. Not alright, anyways. Alright, well, we've made it all the way down here and we did not run out of water. That's good. I didn't really feel like dragging my kayak. I was willing to do it if I had to, but that's gonna make this this video probably a lot less entertaining now. I ain't seen no eagles, so I can't put in no eagle videos, no eagle shots. About the most exciting thing that I've got, well, seeing I didn't record all them fish hitting me. That would have been worth seeing, right? A shower of fish landing all over. But yeah, anyways, here is the channel. I don't know if you guys can see that, and I don't know if you can remember one of the last times we were here, and the water, that was an island, and that was the only thing that was above water. Now we're way down here. One of the times that we paddled past, I think the water was like level with the top of that bank. That's a long ways. Red-winged blackbird. Time to go to Cape. Up behind Allenville, the water gets low enough that you can actually walk. There's like 1 or 2 spots that you can actually walk across. When we were kids, we had pictures of me standing like in the middle of the channel, and it looked like I was standing, looked like I was walking on water or something, or standing on the water. But it was just because it was like not even ankle deep. I still think water's too high. Though for the clay channels to be showing. Anyways, that's the way to Allenville. I don't said that in the other video. This is the way to Cape. And this is where we just came from, Hubble Creek. Anyways. I wonder how big the island underneath the Lomar Bridge will be. We'll see. There's a little rock island that pops out almost right underneath the bridge. It's like just downstream of the bridge. And I know it pops out there in low water. Anyways. I don't know if you guys can actually see him or not. And those bright white feathers. Usually it's their heads that get my attention. That thing turned, and those tail feathers. See, and I don't think if I try to zoom in, I'm gonna lose them. I don't even see them on here. Oh, looky there. Hey, buddy. Flew right over the top. Let's turn back around. Hey, guy. Well, that looks like a red-tailed hawk. Looks like the Rock Island's not up at all. Looks like something was just up. Had its head up, probably a turtle. Well, underneath the water, right there in the middle. How much stuff you would find. You see all those videos of those people who magnet fish. I don't know how much stuff you'd find here. I don't know if I included it in the video, but I know on one of these runs I found it looked like a flare gun. Somebody had chucked. Might have been a CO2 pistol. I don't see nothing cool though, just a bunch of rocks. Bottom of a glass jar that could be turned into an arrowhead. I ain't really trying to make no arrowheads out here, and I don't have any pressure flakers. So. Alright. Nothing fun. This stuff almost looks like it's stuck here, which makes me wonder if this is where the little island is. Oh, just floating. I think you can see it from Google Maps Street View or Google Earth Street View. I don't know if they're the same Street View or not. I honestly just recently started messing with Street View. Now I'm checking like every bridge that's near here to see what it looks like and if it's a decent enough spot to put in or not. Okay, now we just gotta paddle, what, another 5 miles this way, or something like that. Probably not quite 5, but who knows, maybe it is about 5. Alright guys, there ain't really much to show y'all that you ain't seen 1,000 times from all my other videos, but here's a little spot where the gar congregate when the water's up. It don't look like there's a whole lot going on up there now. That's it. That's all I've got for you. Oh no, he went into the water. That was another ginormous turtle. He was a giant softshell turtle. And he was right there on the bank. I just happened to look up and he was sitting there looking at me. And as I hit the record button, of course he's slid into the water. I think he's still like right there at the bank, but oh well. they look like little alligators. Their noses are so long. I don't know if you guys saw that one that just swam up to the bank. There we go. That way down there, though, that's the trestle. That bend way down there. And that's where we're heading. Oh no, that don't look like a vulture. I guess that's a young eagle. I guess that could be that hawk, but man, that looks really big to be a hawk. I think I might go ahead and leave him alone. I knew as soon as I turn and start paddling away, though, he's gonna come off of there. I wish this camera didn't make things look so far away. All right, buddy. Man, you're a big old bird. Still just sitting up there watching us. Guess what? I ain't never seen no long-haired hippie boy in a kayak before. I thought I would let you guys say hi. I ninja'd him right up off the log. He's actually he's got one bad eye though. Yeah. Hi! Alright, we're gonna go ahead and let him back into the water. Ready? There you go, buddy. Swim! Swim! There he goes. He swam. Alright. That eagle finally left down there. Can't record too much more. There's only like 25% battery left. This, oh, hang on. You can probably hear it. Bio-Kiwa spillway. It's got water coming back out of it again. Yeah, all right. It's the first time I've ever seen a train actually parked on the track. Probably won't record all the way up to the bridge. Like I said, this battery's about to die at like 20%. But we have made it to the bridge. And there is El Choo-Choo train. Guys, there's the bridge way down there. We are in the home stretch. And the battery's at like 5%. So, yep, it's there. You see it. Alrighty, guys. Well, we are pretty much to Cape. I'll go ahead and turn around. Like I said, the battery's about to die on this thing any second. But you can see the bridge back there. And I told you guys before, once I get up there, man, the audio just gets awful. And there's nothing I can do about it. So I might go ahead and end the video here. Thanks for coming with me on another trip. Hopefully next time we'll be at the block hole or somewhere a little more entertaining. But yeah, like I said, thanks for coming with me. Thanks for watching. And have a good rest of the day, guys. Have fun, but don't have too much fun.